Hi, it is time for a video that I have been looking forward to making for quite a while. I had all of these plans for like December videos where I wanted to do like a yearly wrap up of my plant collection and how it grew. I wanted to do like a repot Q&A for like answering questions about my year, talking just about how the last year has been for me. And I wanted to do like a wish list update. So we are going to do a little haul, but not really like a haul. I'm just gonna show you all of the wish list plants that I was able to get my grubby little hands on this year, and if I think it was worth yearning for. And then we're gonna go over my wish list for next year. I think we're gonna start with the, in my opinion, least exciting plants, and then we'll move to like the more exciting plants. But this is probably the least exciting wish list plant that I had, but this is my Prince of Orange, philodendron Prince of Orange. And the reason why this was on my wish list is because I had like a big beautiful one of these back when I lived in Florida, and unfortunately it did not make the move with me. It had to stay behind, and I loved it so much and I really wanted another one. So I got this from Peace Love Happiness Club. They had their little like buy 3 get 1 free like 2-inch starter pots, and they had some Prince of Orange there. So I grabbed one for like a really good price, and he's had some struggles throughout this year. I think that's entirely on me. That is 100% my fault. I just didn't give him the environment to thrive, and I think we're in a much better spot now. I've kind of figured out what he wants again. But he might not be the most exciting, but I love him. I'm so happy to have him back in my collection. I think he's such a cool little guy to watch grow and mature, and he's just great. Like, the leaves come out this beautiful like pinky orangey color, and then they harden down to like a normal green, and I just love him. I think he's a little underappreciated. I don't think he necessarily was special enough to warrant like a spot on a wish list for most people, but I don't regret him being on mine and me like going out of my way to make sure that I got him again. I'm very happy that he's part of my collection again. Also, if I sound sickly, it's because I am. I think I have the flu or a cold, like a really bad cold. I was gonna film yesterday and I was completely out of commission yesterday. It was so bad. So I apologize if I sound yucky. Who's next? We're gonna do you next. I actually put this one on my wish list like before I even really had a full grasp of like how much I cared about plants. Like when I kind of just like wanted them as basically decor, and I didn't really consider myself like a collector. He's written on my wish list as just like a hairy philodendron. Like I didn't even write down like his like full like name. I didn't write down philodendron squamiferum. I just wrote down hairy philodendron because I had gone to a nursery and seen him and didn't grab him, and I regretted it. But on my birthday, if you remember, I went plant shopping and they had one, and I grabbed him. He was one of my birthday gifts to myself, and I do like him. He is really cool. I'm glad that he's sizing up and maturing. Like the size of this petiole with all of the fuzz on it is insane. I'm gonna put him down though. He's a little bit unruly. Also, I tried to wait for the leaf blowers. I really did. Sorry. I think he's really cool, and I do like him, but I think, because I've debated like getting rid of him a couple of times recently, and it's just because like I don't have a good spot for him to go. Like, he's a climbing plant, so ideally I could have him like climbing up a wall or something and have some hooks up to help him, but I don't have any walls available that get enough light that would be good for him. And it kind of just sucks because I do really like him. I just don't have a good spot for him to thrive in. If I do get rid of him, he will be put back on my wish list, and it'll be kind of a like, I need to make sure that I have a spot for him before I get him again. But I'm gonna hang on to this one for now, and I do really like him. I love the shape of his leaves. They're sizing up so nice. I love his fuzzy little petioles. I love his pink stem. He's so cute. He's pushing out a new leaf for me. I'm gonna try and figure him out and get him set up well, but he's just not in a good spot right now, and it kind of sucks. But I do really like him. I don't regret buying him. I just wish I was a little smarter about when I bought him, if that makes sense. I'll do this one. I think this is like probably one of my most upsetting plants this year. I'm sure you're aware. If you're not aware, I've mentioned it multiple times throughout videos since I've gotten this one. This was another birthday gift for myself. This is a variegated philodendron micans. And I wanted one of these so dang bad. I think that they are beautiful, stunning plants. I love them so much, and I just cannot, like, this one does not like me in any way, shape, or form. I have propagated every piece that I can propagate. I have put it in different light setups, and it either goes fully white and starts rotting, or it fully reverts and gives me these leaves. So after like 6 months of fighting it, I just kind of was just like, okay, I'm done with this. And I potted together all of my different cuttings from all of the different setups, and I potted them all together, and I put it in a windowsill, and I was like, you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do, and that's fine. And I think that she is fully reverted, unfortunately. Yeah, big old bummer. I still love and adore these, and I don't know if I'm putting it back on my wish list for next year, but I do have a feeling that I'm going to try again with this one. At least like get a different plant, maybe from a different source. I got this one from Seattle Plant Daddy, and I don't know if it's genetics. I don't know why it is the way that it is. I'm not gonna blame Seattle Plant Daddy, but I'm possibly gonna keep my eyes out for a different one from somewhere else and see if I have any more luck with that. I just, every time I look at this, I'm just like, why are you the way that you are? And it sucks because it gave me this beautiful leaf and then it fully reverted. Whatever, it's fine. I still love micans, so I'm not like upset that I have like a reverted one. I'm upset that I have a reverted one, but it's not like I'm gonna toss it. Like, I'm still gonna grow it. I still love it. Next up is this guy back here. I don't want to like take it out of its hanger because it's annoying, but this is my Hoya linearis. I just trimmed her. She has a bunch of propagations rooting up in some water right now because she was getting a little bit too long, but totally fine. Like, that is not like a bad problem to have. I got this one for a ridiculously good price. She wasn't in great condition, but I got like a good amount of like segments, of good segments that I could grow and propagate from for like $13 or something. I don't know. Okay, sorry, had to stop recording there for a second. But Hoya linearis, fantastic plant, fantastic addition to my wish list. I love her so much. I can't get enough of her. She has some peduncles. I don't think any of them are gonna come to fruition, but I'm totally okay with that. I love her just as much, even when she's not blooming, although I'm very excited for her to bloom someday. 100% worth the hunt and the yearning. I love her. Now, this one is, again, one that I didn't think people cared about very much, and then when I showed mine off, a bunch of people were like, oh my gosh, this is on my wish list, I want one so bad. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize we were all on the same page. I love this. This is my Anthurium radiatum. I love her so much. I love the shape of her leaves. She's growing so well for me. If I had to find something to complain about her, she's a bit of a humidity snob, so the tips of her leaves crisp up fairly easily, but it doesn't bug me too much, and she puts out new leaves often enough that I'm not like distraught whenever one's kind of ugly, especially if it's an older one. She's putting this leaf out for me right now. Another thing that I could complain about is like when she's putting a new leaf out, sometimes her prongs will just stop growing with the others, and so she won't be perfectly symmetrical or something like that. I would love if she was, but that's more of a me thing. That's not like an actual problem. It's like such a little thing to nitpick about. For a living being, it's totally fine. I love her. She's great. She grows like a weed for me. I have no complaints. She's fantastic. Like, she honestly truly is a fantastic plant. I think that more people should be aware of her existence. I think a lot of Anthurium people don't really care for her because I don't think she's able to breed with a lot of other Anthurium. So a lot of Anthurium collectors, like, part of why they collect is to breed. So she doesn't really fit into that, which is totally fine. But I think on her own, just like as a plant to have and love, she is fantastic. I love her so much. I got her from Peace, Love, Happiness Club in Seattle. I got her as a little baby. I saw that they had her online and I ordered her, and it was actually like my first time going there, picking her up in person. And when I was picking her up, the guy at the register was like, or I was talking to the guy at the register, and I was like, oh, this is like my first Anthurium. And he was like, oh my gosh, is it really? And he like had one like for me to take. And he was like, do you want to go pick your own since it's your first one? So he like walked me over and like I got to pick which one I was bringing home, which was very special. So sweet. I love the people at Peace, Love, Happiness Club. It just made me like feel so much more connected to this plant, which is part of why I like them. I like feeling connected to them, and I love her so much. She's great. We'll get the Floridas out of the way. I had two Floridas on my list. I had a ghost and a beauty. So this is my Florida ghost. You have seen her very, very recently. As I was picking her up to film this video, I broke off her emerging leaf. Heartbreaking, but she'll be okay. I'm not super upset about it. Like, it's not like it's gonna kill the plant. She will put out another one eventually. I'm just like, ugh, I just need to learn to be more careful with these things, because I have like messed up like multiple emerging leaves this week just because I can't keep my hands to myself. I'll learn that lesson one day, I'm sure. This is my Florida beauty. She is still a little itty bitty baby. She's a Florida, she's a Florida ghost, so sorry. She's a Florida ghost mint. And she's great. I don't really have like a whole bunch to say about her because she is still so little, but she's starting to get, you know, the shapes on the leaves and everything. She's fantastic. I love her. She does grow very, very slowly, but like she keeps on trucking. You know what I mean? I've had her for at least a couple months. And she is still very, very small, but because she's a ghost and she has these mostly white leaves and there's not as much chlorophyll in the leaves, it just means that she has less energy to grow quickly. So it's kind of a trade-off. Like, you get these really cool leaves, but she grows slower, and that's totally fine. I still think she's amazing and she's beautiful, and I am thrilled to have her in my collection, and I'm excited to see her grow. That's kind of all that I have to say about it, because she's just a little baby right now. And then this is my variegated Florida beauty, who is growing every kind of which way. I don't love that, but that's more so a me problem than a her problem. Like, I kind of have her in like a weird spot. Totally fine, whatever. This is her newest leaf that she has put out for me. It is beautiful. She gives me these like almost half moon leaves. She's super segmented, super pretty. I love her variegation. I love her. I don't even think like I actually originally had this one on my wish list because she seemed so unattainable, and then I got her at a plant swap. It was crazy. I swapped a Begonia ferox cutting for this, which I don't think the girl that gave me this wanted to give me it, but I think she would have rather gone home without it than bring it back home. So it's fine. Totally fine. I have her now. She is mine. She is beautiful. I love her so much. This is one that I'm constantly looking at. I'm constantly like, ooh, is there a new leaf coming out? Making sure that the leaf is variegated. I'm very entangled in the growth of this one, and I love it. It's great. That's my favorite kind of plant. Hopefully one day I'll get her in a setup where she can, you know, kind of straighten out and everything, but I'm not going to complain about it too much. She's beautiful. I love her so much. Definitely worth the hype. If you can get your hands on one, I highly recommend it. So cool. Such a fun plant to have in my collection. Love. Mwah. We'll do the vitchii. Big Mama. This is my Anthurium vitchii, also known as the King Anthurium. I love this one. This is another one where like I'm having to find the room for it and I don't really have it. So we're just like working with what we can, but I love it. It's great. It's so cool. The leaves are so cool. This one's like completely upside down at this point, but she's beautiful. I love the texture of the leaves. She's sizing up for me really nice. These last 3 leaves actually are roughly about the same size as each other, which I'm okay with because again, I don't really have a great spot for her. So like if she sizes up, I'm like extra screwed, but we have an inflow coming out and another leaf. So we will keep our fingers crossed and see how big that one gets. I will find room for her if I have to. Like that does not, like I will figure it out, so help me God. But this is great. I think that this one, I don't know if this one was actually like super hyped up like this year, but I think it's been very popular. I got it because of Russo Plant Care's vitchii. Theirs is like, it's stunning, like actually like mind-boggling stunning. And I had this dream that mine will one day be that. I don't know if it will, but we can try. And I love her. She's so cool. She's great, okay? This one's definitely worth the hype. I haven't had any problems with her, like especially humidity-wise. I think that she is known to be one of the least stubborn when it comes to like her surroundings, not her surroundings, but where she lives, you know? Like she's not super picky about humidity. I think she does well in a bunch of different light ranges. She's great. I love her. She's a silly little plant whose leaves do silly little things, but so cool. Definitely worth the hype. I'm glad that I got my hands on this one because I think that she's doing really well for me. This one I think had a bit of a moment this year. This is Begonia ferox. I got mine from Swanson's nursery. It's actually been really good exposure therapy for my trypophobia, which is that fear of cluster of holes, which like trigger warning. The undersides of her leaves do freak me out a little bit, but less so than they did when I first got her, which is kind of nice. She's great. She's such a cool plant and so alien looking, and for the most part, honestly, she's been growing very well for me. I think I could probably have her in a better setup. I know she's technically more of a terrarium plant, so like some higher humidity I think would be nice for her, but she's great. I love her. Like I've only had a couple of cases of leaves crisping like that. She's a bit of a slow grower for me right now. I think that's more of a I'm just not doing what I need to do for her, but she's fantastic. She's so cool. I love her so much. I think she's 100% worth the hype. She even flowered for me a bit recently. What a cool little plant. Like the fact that this is like a thing that nature made is crazy. And she doesn't hurt to touch. If that like freaks you out at all, she's totally fine. What a cool plant. I love her. Anything that's like kind of like alien or looks like it was alive when dinosaurs were alive, I'm like, yeah, I want you in my home. And this checks off that box. She's so stinking cool. And my most recent wish list plant, I'm not going to speak on her too much because I don't think it's fair to her, but I have been lusting after this one for like a year. I couldn't even tell you. I have wanted this so stinking bad. This is an Anthurium polit, and she's beautiful. Mine actually like looks pretty good, all things considered. I got her from an Equigenera pop-up, and she did have some root rot, so I had to chop her up. We're rerooting her right now in perlite. Last time I dug in there and checked, she did have some active root growth. You guys saw that. So she's doing okay. She's not dying. These leaves look pretty good, all things considered. She's doing great. I'm not going to speak on her too much because I don't think it's fair to her. But I'm so happy to finally have her in my collection. And I am excited and happy that I get to nurse her back to health, because that means that I have her, if that makes sense. Like, yes, it sucks, but I have her. I am able to do that for her. So, totally fine. I love her. She's gonna get big one day, I swear. And I cannot wait for that day to come. And I will enjoy the journey up until then. She's such a cool plant. Mwah. So, as a quick roundup, I think everyone was worth it. I think everyone deserves to be on a wish list in some way, shape, or form. Were there some boring ones? A little bit, yeah, but I don't think that they're like so boring that it's crazy to imagine someone wanting one, you know? The only one that I'm not happy with is the variegated micans, but other than that, I am so happy. I feel so blessed to have these plants in my collection now, and I cannot believe I was able to check off so many in 1 year. I think that I'm incredibly lucky and grateful. So, yay. Now, I'm gonna tell you about my 2026 wish list. I think we're gonna go by genus. So, we'll start with my monsteras because there's only 2, and one of them is a bit of, I know I'm not gonna get it. You know what I mean? Like, I know in my heart I'm not gonna get it, but I wrote it down anyways, like just to, maybe we'll manifest it, who knows? So, first off, Monstera aurea. I love the Monstera aurea. I really like Monstera Tycon. I know that that's like, everyone and their mom has one now, probably. I don't yet. Hi, Vlad. I think she's beautiful, and I do really like that creamy kind of variegation, but I personally, my favorite kind of variegation is like on my Florida Beauty, that like kind of like yellowy green variegation. That's the kind of variegation that I really like, is really yummy to me, and that's what the Monstera aurea has. So I would rather have one of those, but those are still very, very expensive right now. I saw one at Peace Love Happiness Club. It was a cutting of one, and it was beautiful, and I was like, I would love if you could come home with me right now, but she was $288, which is totally fair. That's a fair price. It's just more than I can afford right now. Now, following up with that is Monstera bulbasaur. No way in any way, shape, or form am I gonna get my hands on a Monstera bulbasaur. And honestly, if I'm being 100% honest with you, if we're talking friend to friend, I don't even really like care for the plant itself. Well, it's not like I hate it. I think it's beautiful, but the name is what really like makes me want it. I am a Pokemon girl. I love Pokemon. Bulbasaur is my starter. So if I could have a plant named Monstera bulbasaur in my collection, yeah, I want it. Are you kidding me? The fact that it's like as expensive as it is like, I just want it because of the name, you know? Like, it's a beautiful plant, but I just want it because of the name. Can we name like a cheaper plant after Pokemon? Please, please, please. Next up, we'll do like my one philodendron that I want. I still love philodendron. I think that I am running out of room for philodendron. So I only have one on my list, and it is the Spiritus Sancti, which I think like had its moment, and right now we're in like the like lull of it. I haven't seen so many people like hype it up recently. I think it's beautiful. I think it's pretty. I don't really know what else to say about it. I have a philodendron biliate, who I think scratches a similar itch, but I don't know, something about the spirit of sanctity. I really like how pendant the leaves are. As we can tell, I really like pendant leaves, sorry. But the biliate is a little more chunky. It's got chunkier leaves, and I really like how like long the spirit of sanctity leaves are. So I would love to replace my biliate with a spirit of sanctity. Another like random, like doesn't have any others in the genus, is monkey tail cactus. I got my fern leaf cactus this year. Oh my gosh, I got a fern leaf cactus. I forgot to show you guys that one. Embarrassing, hold on. I can't believe I forgot to show you her. I like gathered all of my wishlist plants and I just forgot about her. This is my fern leaf cactus. She has completely exploded since I got her. We have 2 new growth points right here. I love her, she's fantastic, 100% worth it. Like actually such a beautiful, stunning, alien looking plant. I have literally 0 complaints about her. She's great. I love her so much. I cannot believe I forgot about her. I'm so sorry, Queen. So cool, and it's such a cool vibe. Ugh, she's so cool. Oh my god, embarrassing. Sorry, I would talk more about her, but I feel like we're already at this part of the video, so I gotta commit. So I got my fern leaf cactus this year. Now on the other side of that coin, I really want a monkey tail cactus. I really wanted a monkey tail cactus this past year. I could not find one that I was happy with, like the plant, and happy with the price. Anyone that I would see that I was like, oh, this is like a good plant, it was just like double the price that I would be willing to pay for it or could afford at the time, which is totally fine. That's how it works. No biggie, but I'm hoping I'll have better luck next year. I would really like a big monkey tail cactus. And then we'll do my Anthurium, of which there are 2. I obviously went through a big Anthurium phase this year, so that itch has been scratched, except for, I'm gonna say Ace of Spades. I'm gonna say Ace of Spades because, actually, you know what? I might take Ace of Spades off. I do think Ace of Spades is really, really cool, but I can tell in my heart I don't want it as much as this other Anthurium on this list, and I think that means that like it shouldn't be here. I do really like the Ace of Spades. I think it's really cool. I think I'm gonna take it off my wish list actually, so just pretend I didn't say that. The one Anthurium that I have been like, I want so bad, and it is going to be on my wish list until I can get my grubby little hands on one, is the Anthurium King of Spades. They're so beautiful, are you kidding me? I love how round it is. I love the shape of the leaves. I love the emergent colors. There's something about that Anthurium that like really, I want it so bad. And they're just still so expensive, and it's totally fine. I just can't afford it right now. But maybe, again, I'll just hope that I get lucky this year and find a King of Spades for me. And then I have 3 Begonia, and one of them I want to talk to you about first. The first one is Begonia palensis. Now, I actually did get my hands on a Begonia palensis this year. I got a little 2-inch starter one from Peace Love Happiness Club, and it was so cute and I was so happy. And then it rotted. I was like actually distraught. It was the first plant that I had killed in like a year. I was so upset because of course out of all the plants it would be that one. It would be the one that you cannot find, because the only person that sells Begonia palensis that you can find online is Steve's Leaves, and they hoard that for, and this is gonna sound kind of mean, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean to Steve's Leaves. I understand that like this is how like marketing, and I understand this is how business goes. They have Begonia palensis. They don't ever put it in stock online. They specifically keep it for their Palm Street live streams. That is like the one time that you will possibly maybe be able to get your hands on one from them. Whatevs. Totally get it. I'm not willing to put up with that. Not put up with it. I'm not willing to like go through all of that. Peace Love Happiness Club here in Seattle got some in stock. They got 2 little starters, and I was like, yeah, don't mind if I do. I immediately ordered it. When it picked it up, got it. It was the cutest little babyest little baby in the whole wide world. And then it rotted. I think I loved it too much immediately, and I was like scared to let it dry out, and I watered it too much. Like, I'm definitely the problem in that situation. But it rotted, and I was so sad because they haven't gotten it back in stock. I doubt that like they will. Maybe they will, but who knows? I'm not gonna count on it. So I have no idea when I'm gonna be able to get my hands on one again. It's heartbreaking. Like, it's actually so upsetting. Whatever, it's fine. Hopefully I'll get lucky this year and I won't rot it this time, okay? I promise. We'll see. But the other 2 begonias, I have Begonia Mumtaz, who I actually think is very similar to my Begonia Taco Night. I think that it scratches a very similar itch, but something about the Mumtaz, I really like the pattern of the colors on the leaves. I don't know, something about it really does it for me. That's a really yummy looking begonia. I really, really like it. I think it's beautiful. Again, very similar to the Taco Night, which I do have, and I have like a very nice sized one, so I'm not like foaming at the mouth for a Mumtaz, but it's really cute. And then also a Begonia chloristicta. Honestly, any kind of begonia that's like a darker leaf with like bright green spots on it would probably do just fine, but the one that I like know is the chloristicta. I think she's so cute. Something about the dark leaf with the bright green, really, really good. I really, really like it. So I'll keep my eye out for that one. I think Steve's Leaves also sells that. Steve's Leaves sells all of these begonias. It's just a matter of like being able to get your hands on one, if that makes sense. I'm gonna hope that I get lucky and hopefully I can cross some of these off of my list. And more of a like, the idea of this entices me. I would really love this year to make a terrarium, like an actual like full-blown terrarium. I think that would be really, really cool. I would really enjoy that. I want to get my hands on some isopods, or I have like a dream of owning like a Hercules beetle or something like that. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford that this year and just be willing to drop like a couple $100 on a beetle, but I at least want a terrarium that like one day down the road I can put something in, maybe, possibly, we'll see. I just really like I created this little greenhouse situation. Whoa, watch it. For one of my Nepenthes, and I realized that I really like tending to this like little tiny ecosystem in there. So I would really enjoy the opportunity to like do that on a more serious scale. Not like huge, I don't want a huge one, but like, you know, like, I don't know, like an actual terrarium and not just like a little greenhouse that I threw some dirt in. I am interested in having more begonia overall. I think I'm really getting it with the begonias. I think they're beautiful. I think I wouldn't be opposed to some more angel wing begonias. I think that there are so many begonia out there that it's honestly, it's hard to keep track of the ones that I like enough to put on a wish list, but I would just like some really cool begonias. I want some more orchids. I have my one orchid that I got recently, and that's been really fun to take care of, and I love the idea of having a plant that like blooms and like holds on to its blooms for a while. And I just love orchids. They're like one of my favorite things ever. Like, orchids have been my favorite flower since I was like in high school. So I love them and I would like to have some more. Any other like general like things that I would like? I don't think so. I think that covers it. So I think that covers like my actual wish list, and then like things that I'm gonna keep an eye out for. We'll see what happens this next year. I mean, we still have a couple weeks in December, so who knows? But of course, I will keep you guys updated next year whenever I get plans. So keep your fingers crossed. We'll try and manifest some of these for me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and chit-chatting. If any of these were on your wish list, let me know. If we have any on the same, if we have any of the same ones on our wish list for next year, let me know. What's your wish list? What wish list plans did you cross off this year? And what are you adding onto your wish list for next year? Don't like give me ideas, but like give me ideas, you know? Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you want to follow me anywhere else, I am Pretty Pluto Kitty on all platforms, and my plant Instagram is Pretty Planty Kitty. If you want to subscribe on here and see if I get my little hands on any of these next year or hang out with me again, I would really appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I love you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye.